For HMS Ocean, it's been a relentless 3 days of military manoeuvres. On her deck, Sea King and Merlin helicopters come and go, heading out into the Gulf to provide protection to the following naval task force or to hunt simulated mines and submarines. This is the first time a Royal Navy ship like Ocean has been put in charge of a US Naval task force. With the UK's new QE-class carriers soon to enter service and the fact Britain now has a naval base in Bahrain, this is seen as a dry run for an enhanced naval role for the UK in this part of the world.
Well, one of the ideas behind the UK taking command of Combined Task Force 50 is to gain an insight into how we will integrate the Queen Elizabeth class carriers into the architecture of the Fifth Fleet area of responsibility, and we've proven we can do that, and we've proven the ability of the Royal Navy to command task group operations really effectively.
Fully loaded, Ocean's hangar can house 12 helicopters. Getting them airborne involves some careful manoeuvring, with each one gingerly guided onto the lift, then hoisted to the deck above.
Yeah, start by doing my walk around, making sure everything's disconnected from the aircraft, attaching the mangler, the piece of equipment we use to move the aircraft, and then I'll start by getting the brake number to put its brakes on, ease the chop, like off flashings, ease the chops, then I'll raise the tail up so it's cleared, and then after the tail's raised, I'll make sure the brake number's still got brakes on, I'll tell him out chocks, and then off brakes, and then I'll be directing the driver of the mangler which ways I want him to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As well as the ship's permanent detachment of Royal Marines, around 120 soldiers from Lima Company 4-2 Commando are also on board for this exercise. With their part over, they've turned their attention to a good cause, raising money for a fellow Marine, Corporal Matt Drake, who broke his back in an accident during their current deployment to the Middle East.
So the challenge consists of 4 stations, so we're lifting and shifting the ship home. So it's 21,473 tonnes and a total distance of 10,000 kilometres. So it's broken down, not every man over a 24-day period has got to lift 9 tonnes, and they've got to run 20 lengths of the flight deck every day for that 24-day period.
Ocean left Plymouth in September and arrived here in the Gulf 2 months later. Also on board for a few weeks are 40 officer cadets, here to watch and learn as they prepare to be commissioned into the Royal Navy.
When I was a younger man, 14, I was looking at different courses for university. Couldn't find anything that fit whatsoever. I ended up clicking on one of the wee advertising banners at the side of the page for the army or something, and I started looking throughout all 3 services, and I hit upon warfare officer one day as I was looking, and I just thought, bang, that's exactly what I want to be. Nothing else comes close to fitting what I want to do in my life.
Hey, sorry, Chief, I can help you.
One man who has plenty of experience to pass on is Ocean's aircraft control room officer. Paddy Ash joined the Navy in 1978, serving on the aircraft carrier HMS Hermes. During the Falklands War, he was on board the SS Atlantic Conveyor, a converted merchant ship, when she was hit by 2 Argentinian Exocet missiles. 12 sailors, including the ship's captain, died.
It was a container, roll-on, roll-off container ship, and it was used basically as an auxiliary aircraft carrier. So we had GR3 Harriers on there, Chinooks and Wessex, and we basically took them down the South Atlantic to obviously supplement the air power down there, and also obviously replenish any aircraft that would be lost. Unfortunately, on the 25th of May 1982, we got attacked by Super Atendads aircraft from the Argentine Air Force with Exocet missiles, and we got hit just before dusk on the 25th of May and basically burnt out. We couldn't control the fire. Because it was a merchant ship, we had no damage control as such as we would have in a warship. So obviously we couldn't defend ourselves properly or do damage limitation. We did learn a lot, and we still put that in practice today because it's still the same principles. You know, fire retardant materials, a lot of the ladders melted. We don't have that problem now. A lot of the techniques that we use now were learnt from the Falklands campaign.
For the Royal Navy, this exercise has been something of a proving ground. a chance to test not just Ocean's warfighting capabilities, but also how well the UK can command a US battle group. She's due to return to Plymouth in March. It's expected to be her last full year of service before she's decommissioned in 2018. Simon Newton, Forces News, aboard HMS Ocean in the Gulf.